Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Space Marine 1. In the last episode, we reached the checkpoint with the Valkyries, and now we are on board the Valkyries here, defending them on the gun seat from these flying boys here. Let me go ahead and thank the channel members really fast here before we have too much action. Thank you to JT, Walter, Franklin, Shadow Fighter Pro, Cameron, Mooncheese, Tyler, Mitch, Moses, and Jared. Thank you guys so much for those channel memberships. All right, let's roll back into this. Yeah, there's a lot of rocket boys taking down our fellow Valkyries. We can see one falling out of the sky here. I'm trying my absolute best to keep these boys off of our Valkyrie. They are, by the way, those are not jetpacks. It's literally just a rocket strapped to their back. They have little to no control over those. Another Valkyrie going down there. By the way, if you were wondering why my mouse movements look super duper slow, it's because on this seat, and you can see me trying to figure out what the hell is going on, but they slow your mouse aim down. I guess it's just because you're on a heavy gun. Try to make it feel a little bit more weighted. Again, trying to protect those other Valkyries as these boys speed by. Not the most accurate gun, but it is a fully automatic explosive ammo weapon. So, you know, you throw enough shit at the wall, eventually some of it's going to stick. We are heading towards the landing zone, and we have a large ship here. Looks like Titus is going to rip off the weapon mount here. They're going to jettison our back door, and then they want me to take down these boys that are flying in here. This was a really fun mission, by the way. Just the scenery was very cool. It was a very big, like, epic action moment, and I have brief memories of this mission when I originally played it. It was just, I was in awe of this mission. There's still guys on the other side there shooting at me. I'm trying to shoot at the actual ship itself, but I don't think I can actually break the ship. One tap. Titus, that may have not been the smartest thing you've ever done. Coming in for a hot landing here. Do a little combat roll, slow our momentum down. Transfer the energy into the ground. And down goes that Valkyrie. All right, back on foot here. We are attempting to rendezvous with the rest of the squad. You guys are going to see a lot of deaths in this episode. I did not play a few of these parts very well. I was playing it too aggressively, and this may have just been because I hadn't recorded the game in quite some time, and I was a little rusty, to say the least. I should be popping my ultimate ability here instead of just continuing to fight those guys like that. I am going to get the armor regeneration there. I should have been using the melta gun here as well, just because of the amount of them that are pushing me here. And by the way, if you did not notice before, there are some rocket guys up on that bridge there. And yes, they are shooting rockets at me, and I haven't noticed them yet, but you'll notice when I notice them. So those guys are the ones doing the majority of the damage to me.
It's worth dying.
And then we hear the lovely Mark Strong there. Sorry for talking over it. Don't worry. You're going to hear it multiple other times in this video. I think I died about 3 times in this video, 4 times, something like that. I still have yet to notice the rockets. I'm like, okay, maybe I should use my grenades here. I don't know what it was. I just didn't look up for some reason. Still haven't noticed the rockets. Still have yet to notice the rockets, even though I've been pelted by them for the past 2 minutes here. I'm trying to just kind of run through this thing, and then I end up getting a shitty spot here where I have to use grenades to bail myself out. I should just be popping my ultimate ability here, but I'm just not for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I ate a rocket directly, which did a significant amount of damage to me. And then I'm going to eat another rocket there and go down. 2 deaths in the first 5 minutes of the episode here. Things are going great. And I'm like, what is going on here? Why am I dying? Nope, not the combos, Ghost. It's not the combos. It's you, buddy. And I think I finally figured it out here. And I'm like, okay, let me pop the ultimate so I can hack through the majority of these guys without losing too much health here. So I can tank all these bullets and rockets being fired at me, all these big choppas swinging into me. All right, now I've cleared them out. And now I'm like, hey, wait a minute. What is that guy doing up there? Yep, there are some rocket boys up there, Ghost. You do have to take them out. I think this is where I get this part of it, I believe. Yep. And now I'm going through with the chain sword. I'm trying to throw a grenade there, but I kept missing the throw. Take that guy out there. Just hack him up, Ghost. What are you doing, man? All right, pulling out the regular bolter here. Now I'm actually using the grenades properly here on the big boys. I really should just be using the plasma pistol because it has armor penetration. Gonna take out that last rocket boy. Then I'm gonna pop that little Gretchen in the face. Yeah, those guys, you should either be using the grenade launcher, or grenades, or the plasma pistol. And as you can see, the theme of this is not running forward blindly into every section of the map. This is even on the normal difficulty, this is still a decently difficult game if you play him properly. And it really will tell you what weapons it wants you to use at what time, because it will provide you the weapons before you go into that section. And it's going to say, hey, you should probably have this weapon. And you should probably listen, because it's decent advice.
What is the Inquisitor's status?
But we cleared it eventually. So it looks like we're going to hitch a ride on another Valkyrie here. No door gunner scene this time. I'm not going to lie. Oh, I'll finish, so I'll wait till the voice line's done here.
Thank you. And good luck, Lieutenant.
Not gonna lie, I was definitely in my brain blasting CCR, you know, Clearance Clearwater Revival while we were flying in that Valkyrie as the door gunner.
Yes. Come. No time to waste.
Definitely giving some Vietnam vibes there. Now we got the power axe and the grenade launcher though. Now it should be perfectly fine. There is still going to be quite a few guys up on the high ground, but we should just be able to take them out with the standard bolter. And before too long, we should be getting an upgrade to that standard bolter. Even though it does a decent job, you can finish off one of those rocket boys in about half a magazine. It's always better to just use a stalker bolt rifle or a las cannon. Or the, I think there's the bolt sniper rifle as well in this game. I can't remember though. I think we got the bolt sniper rifle at one point. I hope you guys are also enjoying the massive uptick in quality. It's about tripled my file size using CQP, but hopefully it's noticeable that you can see how much more quality there is in these episodes. Even though this game isn't like super intensive and it's not going to make huge files, the files are still around 30 gigs for the video. And I'm like, okay, do we go across the bridge? No. Do we go over here? Let's see. Nope, just a servo skull over here. So that's another servo skull location for you guys if you guys are playing along with me, which I don't know why you would be, because I am not very good at this game. No, Ghost, not down there, not down the bridge, buddy. Figure it out. There you go, the other passageway. Trying to throw grenades there, and it's not really working, and I pretty much almost kill myself with a grenade there. Smooth move, Ghost. So now I need to get some health back. How do we do that? We do it in the most too angry to die way possible, by bashing our faces into the enemy while using our ultimate or while stunning them and going for melee kills. And I about eat a rocket there and almost die instantly, so I go ahead and pop the ult just to get some HP back. I think I die again at this section. I was not having a great day in terms of playing this game. I was getting my shit rocked over and over and over again. And I take another rocket there, and I think I go down here as well. Maybe, I don't know. I might save it. I don't know if that was enough to save it. We'll have to see. Oh yeah, those guys hurt. Yeah, you definitely want to use the... Oh yeah, no, I did kill myself again.
Only in death does duty end.
God, the lovely Mark Strong voice lines there. There's like 10 or so of those death voice lines, and they sound very, very cool. All right, let's take another whack at this again, using maybe the grenade launcher to take some of these guys out. I don't know why I popped the ult there, but we're gonna go ahead and take advantage of the slow motion fire there. So there's several different augments to this ultimate, and this is one of them, the slow-mo fire. Very, very useful, especially with like something like the Stalker bolt rifle or the las cannon. We're gonna take out some of those guys there. I'm gonna use the power axe to carve through that guy's last little bit of HP. And I need to be going for stuns as soon as I lose health. Like right there, I should be going for a stun. I do go for a stun there. I don't actually get the stun. I think I die here again as well. Yep, I do die once again. What are we up to? 4 now? 4 or 5? Yeah. Not going well until I eventually do like figure out, hey, you can't charge blindly into the enemy. I know you're a space marine, but you can't do it. So I do end up sitting back eventually and figuring out how to actually clear the level, which is I have to remember this is not so much a hack and slash as a shoot 'em up hack and slash. Using the grenade there, taking out one, and you can kill these regular guys. They don't have armor on their legs, so if you do shoot their legs, it does a decent amount of damage there. And of course, staying back allows your companions here to help you deal some damage. They won't do a ton of damage, but they will. I don't think they draw fire. No, I think they do draw fire, but also, just more importantly, they do shoot the occasional shot at the enemies, and they are actually like decently accurate. So it's nice to have some guys that can actually help you out. And I'm trying to decide what I want to go with here, and I decide to go with the grenade launcher. Gonna shoot a couple of grenades into that guy. And there we go. We finally got him down. Didn't take any damage there. I took out these last couple of rocket boys over here. Like I said, with the regular bolter, you can take out 2 guys with 1 magazine. It's pretty easy. And then there's another rocket boy up there. And I'm like, okay, well, why am I using the bolter here? Let me use the grenade launcher here. Nope, can't shoot him. There's an invisible wall there, Ghost. You need to use the regular bolter here, or a projectile weapon, because for some reason there is an invisible wall there.
Shoot those humans!
Go ahead and pick up some ammo here. Another severed bridge in that direction, I believe. Yep, I think that's the bridge we saw earlier over there off to the left. And we're gonna make our way downtown here, up this little tiny ramp. This game actually does a decent job of showing you where to go without actually telling you. I find in games that just point the direction with the waypoint on the compass at the top of the screen or something, or a radar map or anything like that, it kind of takes away from the game a bit. Kind of pulls you out of the game.
Yes.
Another servo skull there.
My research produces a minimal waste, so the facility's sluiceways should be accessible.
Lead the way.
And we have picked up what I'm gonna call my favorite gun in the game besides the Stalker bolt rifle. It is the lovely little las cannon. And you can drop all kinds of enemies with this thing. Take out the big boys, take out the small boys, and it actually has penetration too, so it'll actually go through multiple enemies. It'll go through like 2 or 3 of them, which is very, very nice. And I love how punchy the las cannon feels. It feels so nice to use. Overall though, I am still enjoying this game. It has such a unique variety of scenes and backdrops and enemy types that it is just like kind of fresh and nice to return back to something that is that classic, single player experience. One tap. One tap. Not the smartest AI in the world, of course. This is 2011 here. I think this is actually the anniversary edition, so this may be slightly updated, but I highly doubt they updated the AI. And the blast cannon, since it is an energy weapon, will penetrate through these guys' armor, so it's also very, very useful to clear these guys out. And like I said before, you can shoot through 2 at once right there. And I think you can shoot through like up to 3, I believe. We're gonna empty a magazine there. And then I'm gonna go for the melt-a-gun here. Probably not the correct choice. And it felt like he hit me from 6 miles away there, which is kind of interesting. We're gonna throw a couple of grenades to stun lock this big boy. And we're gonna empty some rounds into him. I'm gonna run past this red boy here and I'm gonna go for the execution on him. You gotta spam that mouse 1 to actually win the duel there. It looks a little funky. And then stab him in the toe and rip his face off. Oh yeah, Titus. And then he's gonna have a little spastic session there before falling down to his grave. No mercy for the little ones. So if y'all don't know, the Gretchen are just the smallest form of the orcs, basically, even though they are like technically a subclass of the orc boys. But the small boys can eventually become big boys as they, that sounds really stupid, but yes, they can become larger orcs over time as they gain more status. They will actually grow larger. One of the very interesting parts about Space Marine lore. And there's a grenade there that he just threw at my face.
Captain, my servitors were destroyed in the initial attack. I may need your help to activate the psychic scourge.
How large is the weapon?
The firing mechanism is at my research lab, but the energy pulse itself travels along conduits from the lab to the orbital spine.
So you heard Drago there. That or not Drago, is it Drogon? Drogon, yes. Drago is Chaos Gate, I believe. Oops. Pressed a button there.
I need time to override the lock.
And we're gonna pick up the Thunder Hammer here. Get some ammo. Now, one thing to mention about the Thunder Hammer is it limits the ranged weapons you can use, and I didn't actually know this at the time because usually when they give you a Thunder Hammer, they give you a jetpack along with it, but it is the slowest of the melee weapons, so if you are going to use it, you might want to be a little bit more familiar with it than I was, because I definitely did not know the combos with it. I simply got through here with blind luck and a lot of button mashing. It seems to hit further than its range, though, which is kind of an interesting fact about it. We're going to stagger him with the little charge there, and then we're going to slice him up, or rather smash him up with the Thunder Hammer here. And then we have another big boy coming in quite soon, I believe. The actual, the bigger version of those guys with the maces. But it deals with these red armored, you know, dual chainsword kind of guys. Deals with them pretty effectively, I would say. You can slash through, or rather smash through multiple of them quite easily with little to no issues. I'm trying to go for an execution here, but I'm just stuck on the geometry there, and it was too late for me to apparently I can't hit the guy. There we go, we can hit him now. I can't hit him again. I'm trying to stun him so that I can get my HP back. There we go. Smash him into the rock and leave him stuck below the train. Now these shield guys, I was actually a bit I was like, should I just use the plasma pistol here? That's basically one of the only ranged weapons you can use is your pistol while wielding the Thunder Hammer. So I do end up just deciding to go for the plasma pistol there, and he's already dead, Ghost. You don't need to shoot him again. You don't need to add insult to injury, but it does take quite a few of those plasma shots to take those guys down. Of course, it'll be easier with the heavy plasma, the heavy plasma weapon there. There's quite a few. One of the nice things about the AI in this game is they do leave enemies stunned for you, so that you can execute them. It's just they're not the greatest at doing it. But the Thunder Hammer makes short work of these big boys with the shields. So that's quite nice. And there's another big boy there. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the ultimate here. Gonna charge through him and get a stun off. And then I'm going to smash this guy to bits with the old Thunder Hammer. And with this one, you don't even have to go into a locked sequence. There's another one of these guys, which we gotta be careful here. Use some grenades to clear these guys out. And I'm actually gonna end up just running away just because I don't want to die again. I've already had enough death in this episode here. And I was gonna try to shoot a plasma through the door and let it blow up and kill them. But it appears that they actually did code the game well enough to where blast damage does not actually go through doors.
It is.
At least
With a few
for our
modifications,
weapons.
It also makes an ideal firing tower. The energy pulse should not damage the spire.
You do not sound confident.
So you can see here I'm figuring out that, oh, hey, I can only use my plasma pistol with the Thunder Hammer. And I'm like, wait a minute. I can't use my other ranged weapons? Ah, fuck the Thunder Hammer. I don't want this thing. I thought the game was broken, but you can only use your bolter and plasma pistols. So I was like, yeah, screw this. Why do I have the... I think I realized it right about here. And I'm like, yeah, wait a minute. It's because of the Thunder Hammer. Let me go ahead and grab the power axe instead. It's still a, it's a medium speed weapon. So you can still do quite a bit of damage, get a decent amount of stagger off on these guys, and then still use all of your ranged weapons, which is very, very nice indeed. Now we got some squigs to deal with here in the pipe scenes. Whenever we have scenes with pipes in it, it seems we have to deal with some kind of squigs, the explosive boys running towards us there. And remember, you guys can use these guys against the actual enemies, even though they're not on your team, but blowing squigs up all the same, it deals a lot of damage. Just gotta be careful and not let them get too close to you there, like that one did, although you can roll out of the way, as I just demonstrated there. And I'm like, well, that's a sight to see. Let me just go ahead and use the plasma pistol, but they all get blown up by one of the other Space Marines, either shooting a grenade launcher or throwing a grenade there. But as you saw, there is a little bit of environmental destruction in this game, just a little bit. It's not like Battlefield levels where you have Levolution or anything like that. Remember, this is 2011, so any amount of environmental destruction is impressive. And I'm looking for these squigs now to blow them up in order to deal damage to the orcs here. They do a good job with the sound profile of letting you know where these squigs are at. I'm gonna try to make it over here to get the execute off. It looks like I do. So we're gonna get some of that HP back, and it actually looks like all of that HP back. We just got a few more squigs to snipe. I can actually see them spawning over there in the distance, but that's okay. Old game, I get it. You gotta do what you gotta do. But you can see the power axe is so much more nimble. I think the power axe is my favorite melee weapon in the game, barring the Thunder Hammer with the jetpack combo. I do, of course, love that combo. It is quite amazing. Gonna pull out the last cannon here, trying to figure out which key it is there, Ghost. But we're gonna go ahead and snipe these boys down. And we will make our way through what I'm gonna call Death Valley. Little shit stream coming down there. Somebody broke a sewer line. Check your ceilings, folks. There's poop coming down. And I'm like, wait, we don't go down here. That's not the right way. Yeah, there you go, Ghost. Run back, figure it out, little buddy. I love getting to commentate on my own gameplay after the fact. You can just see all the stupid shit that you did while you were actually recording the video. You were like, what are you thinking, you know? And then, by the way, I also figured out right there that you can cool off the plasma pistol by holding R there if you're on PC, or by pressing the reload key on whatever platform you are on. You can just hold that button down and it will cool off the plasma weapons much, much quicker.
These pipes lead into the facility's sub-basements.
And here is our entrance.
I do not like the sound of sub-basement. It sounds like some creepy crawlies and some very scary boys are going to be down here. Oh yeah, no, make Titus lead the way. It's not like we have an invaluable or a priceless, you know, chaos artifact here, chaos weapon here. it's not like we have the entirety of the Imperium strapped to our belts, or the fate of the entirety of the Imperium strapped to our belts here, rather. Pretty nice looking shadows there, though. They do a wonderful job with the visuals in this, especially for this game being so old.
Can we expect inside,
They just,
Inquisitor?
like, the environments are amazing.
A few defenses.
What comprises a few, Inquisitor?
Servo turrets, mostly.
Set to eliminate orcs?
Set to eliminate anything with the misfortune to move within their range.
So, if y'all heard that there, these servo turrets don't fuck around. And I'm like, well, it's not shooting at me. Yet, Ghost. Yet is the key word. You can blow them up with your bolter, but I would recommend using a stalker bolt rifle or a las cannon, or even the grenade launcher. Pretty much anything in that weapon tier 3 slot will work well. As you can see, they give you a stalker bolt rifle or a grenade launcher over there. I'm just gonna stick with the las cannon though. The las cannon has much less shots, but it does a lot more damage, in my opinion, at least, and it shoots straight. You know, it's a really easy shot. Probably the stalker bolt rifle is the happy medium, but I feel like once you start to get the upgraded bolters in this game, and there are upgraded bolters and everything, once you start to get that stuff, it does make it a lot easier to just stick with the las cannon.
Shut them all down.
Now, I can do that from the central security room.
Then that's where we are headed.
So I don't know if y'all noticed there was a missile turret. You do actually have to get them to activate before you can shoot them. So there's a missile turret there in the middle, and then 2 sentry turrets there on the left and the right side. So I'm gonna take out the one in the middle first, and then I'm gonna head around the right side here. I thought I shot that one, and as you can see, those things absolutely shred you. Definitely want to use cover and play carefully. Not like how I am doing here, but it's working, so we're all good. And as you can see there, you do have to wait for them to activate for you to be able to shoot them. But you don't have to clear out both sides. You only have to clear out one side, so it's not too bad. And I'm noticing the explosive barrels on the walls there, and I'm like, let me just blow those up for funsies. But it turns out they were actually there to destroy the turret as it slid down the track. So on this one, I actually use cover and hide until it starts blasting at me, and then I blow up the barrel. There you go. Use your environment, kids. And I don't know if y'all noticed there, but hiding behind the Inquisitor and or any of your brothers will actually spare you from the damage of the turret. But I also think you can't shoot through them, so it is kind of balanced. Not really. I'm like, well, if that's the way we're supposed to go, then there's going to be a servo skull over here. And look at that. I am right. Very nice. Not often that I am right, but when I am, I am. Don't dissect that phrase too much. And what in the hell is going on in here? Good Imperial God. And of course, there's more turrets. Why wouldn't there be? Oh, that one moved. I got lost in the sauce there. And there's so many noises going on around me that I had like no idea what was going on.
Logic engine thinks we are
I think that is the last of the turrets, though.
control panel.
Nope, one more. Oh, 2 more. Oh, 3 more. There we go. Yeah, they had some sort of ungodly experiments going on in here, though. I can, for a fact, say that the Codex Astartes does not support this action. Yeah, they were dissecting these things. And they're orcs, too, is the weird part. I guess they're studying the biology. That is what the Order Xenos does. They learn about the aliens that the forces of mankind must fight. Especially one of our greatest enemies, like the orcs. By the way, this is just a little bit of theory crafting here, but I do believe that the ultimate story...
Specimens needed for my
Oh,
research.
hold on, I'll let them finish their voice lines.
Cages, operating theaters. This place reeks of Xenos filth.
That is the business of the Inquisition.
But I do think that the ultimate story that I don't think we'll ever reach like the finale or like a very big turning point in the 40K universe, just because that would kind of ruin the franchise if they completed the story. But I think we are reaching a point where the Tyranids are being built up as the ultimate enemy, and it will come down to all forces of life banding together against the Tyranids. But yes, we do have the Kraken bolter unlocked now. Now, this is a modification to your regular bolt gun. It basically gives it, I want to say like explosive rounds, I believe. Yeah, but it permanently modifies your regular gun. I think it gives it a bit more ammo and then some modifications to the actual ammunition.
Excellent.
If this is the firing core, Inquisitor, does it discharge through the whole facility?
No, not precisely. The core actually raises to the rooftop of the facility. That is where the rest of the firing array is located.
Of course, it can't just be plug in the device and set it off. It has to be a complicated build up to some giant tower that we have to defend through some amount of orc incursion. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all we have time for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are enjoying the series and all my other series on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I know this isn't the most popular series on my channel by far, but I really do appreciate the support that these videos see. I appreciate all the likes, I appreciate the comments, and I appreciate the subs. I see all the comments, I respond to all the comments, I see the likes, I appreciate everything. Well, yeah, let me go and say a special thanks to the channel members as well. Thank you to Tyler, Moses, Jared, Walter, Mooncheese, Cameron, Franklin, Shadowfighter Pro, and JT. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace out.